Hey guys, Kobi from Amor IT Solutions. Wanted to talk about employee retention and things as business owners that you can do to help keep your employees wanting to stay with your company. If you see here, we've got a page open, 6 employee retention best practices for 2019, and I'll just highlight over some of these. Number one, they say gather employee insights, which I think is very important. I think far too many times that employees feel like they are undervalued and that their ideas and thoughts don't matter. As upper management, it's easy for us to want to take on everything and not get any insight on the people that are actually making us the money, which is our employees. And let's not get it twisted. A lot of employers feel that they're the ones that are making the money for their company, when in reality, most of the time, almost all the time, it's their employees. Employee satisfaction surveys, you start out with that, and I'm not big on surveys. I'm not big on paper evaluated surveys. I think that it's better to sit down face to face, either with an employee or like in a morning meeting or some type of meeting with all of your employees, and really just have a more personable uh, relationship with them. Talk to them like you would talk to your friends or family. Don't talk to them like they're on your payroll. Okay. I think it goes a long ways. I've worked for quite a few companies, and the overwhelming sentiment with me and some of my coworkers is that you just felt very undervalued as an employee. Number two, start retaining employees from the moment you hire them. Well, that goes right along with valuing your employees. You're not going to be able to retain employees if you're making comments that are disparaging comments towards them or towards some of your other employees or their coworkers. Talking down, belittling them is never going to keep them working for you. And if you're in a business to make money, which most people are, the easiest way to make less money is to treat your employees and belittle them, because they're not going to work hard for you. Matter of fact, they're probably not going to have a whole lot of great things to say about you or the company behind closed doors. You send these employees off uh, as the face of your company, and I think if you could be a fly on the wall, you'd be really surprised on what a lot of these employees think about you and the company if you're not treating them well. Number three, updating your compensation plan regularly. A lot of companies, a lot of companies do it. They want to make money. They're all about making money, and they're really less about taking care of their employees. Okay? They're thinking about how many trips are they going to be able to go on in, you know, 2019, 2020. They're not thinking about, well, Jim or Dave or Jill, whomever that's working for them, what are we going to do to keep them here? What can we do as a company to make them feel valued? Um, and I tell you, a lot of companies will have things like, you know, cost of living raises. Well, cost of living raises are great, but if the only thing you're getting is cost of living raises, how is that really going to help you and your family? I mean, think about it. You get a 2%, 3% raise every year, which may not even cover the cost of living depending on, from year to year, how the economy is. Why not give people raises for what they deserve? Hard work. You've got people out there making you thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're basically paying them sometimes minimum wage. You're undervaluing them. They a lot of these people that you have working for you could be very huge assets for you, and you've got to take care of them. If you don't take care of them, they will not take care of you. A lot of people feel, from business owners, feel that, well, basically what makes our company grow and run is taking care of our customers. Well, that's part of it. But a bigger part of it is taking care of your employees. Because your employees are the ones making you the money. The customers give you the money, but your employees are kind of making you that money. So if you don't take care of your own employees, kind of like treating them as like your family members, you could say your company or business family members, if you're not treating them well, they're not going to work hard for you. They're just not going to do it. They're going to basically absorb whatever knowledge they can from you, and then they're going to leave. If they find something better, they're not going to stay in a place that belittles them, has nothing great to say about them, doesn't have any kind of compensation plan for them. You could work there years. I worked for a place that everybody started out about the same wage. It really didn't matter how much knowledge you had. You could work there. You could have someone that worked there for a year, and they're making, let's say, $16, $17 an hour. You could have someone that works there for 6 years, and they're maybe making $1 more than you are, and you've only been there for a year. I mean, does that make sense? It doesn't make sense to me. Excuse me. Some companies will have yearly, I guess, incentives. You're there for the first year, you're going to make $2 raise. The second year, $1.50 raise. And eventually you'll max out, whether that's a 5-year plan, a 6-year plan, depending on where you are in the company. If you get a promotion, then obviously your pay bracket should go up. We're seeing a lot of companies now, and I've worked for companies like this where they pay you by your experience. And here's the problem with that. If they say, well, we're going to start you out at this much money, we'll say again $16, $17 an hour, and once you learn how to do these things, then we're going to give you a raise. Well, the problem is what if you're a very quick learner and you go out there and you bust your butt because you want to make a difference, you want to make more money, you want to provide for your family, and you actually do these things that the company's telling you to do. Well, if you're making $16, $17 an hour and they're telling you if you learn these things within our company, you could be up to $20, $21 an hour, and you do that in the course of a year, maybe a year and a half, are they going to pay you that $20 to $21 an hour? Probably not. I feel like anybody that has those types of incentives for their employees is kind of a red flag. I ran into a situation where I worked for a company, I learned some things that they wanted me to learn. I had to go back to the boss a couple of times, and I never got that raise. Or I did get partial raise after my boss got upset and stormed out of the office. Which, in and of itself, is a red flag. If your boss that you're sitting down with and you're calmly explaining to them the things that you've done to try and help their business and the money that you've brought in for them, and you're doing that in the right way, and they get upset, they raise their voice, they have issues with it, that's a red flag. Okay, because they feel uncomfortable because you're actually doing it the right way and coming to them and asking for a raise, which you should be able to if you've done a good job and you've met the criteria that they've set. But if they get upset with you because you're asking for more money and they start making a bunch of excuses and they storm out of the office, what does that say about the company? What does that say about the business owner? Think about it. They're supposed to be level headed. They're supposed to be taking care of their employees. If they're acting in this way, doesn't say a whole lot about the company to me. That's just my opinion. Number 4, provide career pathing and employee development. So yeah, sit down with your employees, ask them where they want to be. The classic saying, question: where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Do have a career path for them? If say somebody starts out in one part of your company, they're in sales, or say they're a technician and they want to get into sales, well, make a path for them to meet that goal and follow through with it. If you say you're going to do it as a company owner, then do it. Far too many times, way back in the day, I'm old enough to remember that with my parents, they would say, we didn't have contracts. Your word was the contract. Shaking somebody's hand and looking them in the eye was a contract. Those days, guys, are over. They've been over. If you don't get something in writing, you've got nothing. Especially in a state where we are, where Michigan is an at-will employer, they can let you go for pretty much anything. And what we're seeing in Michigan with a lot of jobs, or what I'm seeing, is people will start out in a job, they'll be there for 10 years, and maybe they're making max pay, whatever that is. Well, whether the company is doing well or not sometimes doesn't matter. The company owners, remember, corporations want to make money. So what they'll do sometimes is with Michigan, at will, they can let you go for pretty much anything. So they let you go, and you're in the unemployment line. You got, family to feed. Now you're finding yourself going from a $25 an hour job down to unemployment where you're making $10 to $11 an hour, and you can barely make ends meet. Then what the company does, some of them a lot of times, then they bring somebody in to replace you. And what they do is they bring them in at that lower level of pay, and then they can work them up for the next 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. And then they can start the cycle all over again, and they can let them go and bring somebody else in. And the bottom line is they feel as it saves them money. How I look at it is you cannot replace experience. I've said it 1,000 times. And I've had, companies that I've worked for that have said stuff like, technicians are a dime a dozen. You think you're good, but you're not that good. Those types of statements should never be in the workplace. Definitely should never be hearing that from your boss. If you are, probably time to leave. They don't value you as an employee, and they definitely don't value you as a human being. That's just my opinion. Number 5, visit your employee benefits and perks, or revisit them. Sure, times change. Do you want to have the same benefits and perks here in 2019, and you're going to have them the same in 2025? No, things are going to change. You want to change with the growth of the company, and that growth should be every year. Every year you should be making more than you did the year before, hopefully. You want to revisit these things. You want to sit down with your employees. You want to ask questions of your employees. You want to see how your employees are doing. I've got some friends that are working for, I won't name any names, but working for certain companies where they're barely making ends meet. Some of them are living with their parents because they can't make enough money, and they've been working for 6, 7, 8 years with this company and haven't gotten a raise in 2 or 3 years. That's just ridiculous. They're out there making them thousands of dollars every week, busting their butts for this company. Yet they can't make enough of a living with their craft, which some of these guys are good at what they do. They can't make enough money to support themselves, let alone support their families. They've got to live with their parents and they're 35, 40 years old. There's something wrong with that, guys. If it's a bad employee or whatever, hey, I get it. But if it's somebody that's actually there working every day, busting their butt, day in and day out, there's absolutely no reason why these people should be having to, live with their parents or have two or three roommates, barely making ends meet, can't make their car insurance payments, uh, you know, rental payments. It's ridiculous. It really is. So for me, the reason why I got out of working for everyone else and starting my own business, honestly, and it's cliche, people say it all the time, but I felt like I could do things better than some of my previous employers were doing. And that's no slight towards them. I'm the kind of person that I'm a common sense person. You treat people the way that you want to be treated. Everybody's heard that. Okay? And I'm not just talking the talk. Okay, this is what I believe in. And I've believed in this far before I started my company. We don't have enough of this going on anymore, guys. We just really don't. And if you don't value your employees, if you don't do what you can do in order to help out the people that are making you your living so that you can go on 3, 4 vacations a year and brag about it at meetings, brag about it to some of your people that you're paying, your employees, and making them feel like crap when they actually are having a hard time putting food on the table for their family. They've got kids, their wife, their girlfriend. It's a slap in the face. It really is. It's an absolute slap in the face to them. It's a discredit. It from a character and integrity standpoint, doesn't make you look very good as a business owner. That's just my opinion. Now, a lot of people can get upset with me with saying these things, but hey, this is the reason why I'm on social media. Is because this is a platform to talk about things that other people can't talk about in the workplace because they're in fear of losing their jobs. This is the reason why I started my business. I want to get hard working people working for me. I want to treat them the way that they should be treated. And I want to retain them. I want them to stay with the company for as long as possible. I want the company to grow. I want them to feel like this is a kind of a family affair thing, And if you're not running your business like that, I can't see how you're going to have any real success. That's just my opinion. Maybe some of you guys disagree with me, but to me, it just makes perfect sense. So, anyways, that's all I really have to say. I know I went on a rant for a while, but things that's been on my chest and things that I've wanted to talk about, and again, take care. If you're a business owner, take care of your employees. That's all I'm saying. Take care of them, and they'll take care of you. And believe me, you'll make more money taking care of them and doing the right thing than belittling them, making them feel like crap, and they're not going to work very hard for you. Matter of fact, they're probably saying bad things about you in the company, which is hurting you over time. And you're training them, as I've always said, you're training them to leave. And when they leave on their own accord, hopefully, in their minds, if they don't say it to your face, they're saying, thank you. Thank you for all the training that you gave me. Thank you for the years of me learning how to make myself a better employee. And I'm now going to go and work for somebody that actually values me. As an employer, you should never let that happen. You can't say never, but that you shouldn't have turnover like that. If you do, it says a lot about you as an owner of a company. So I'm going to leave you with that, guys. I hope you like this video. Stay tuned for more videos. We're going to put some videos out. We're going to try and put out a couple of videos out at least a week. If you like them, great. If you don't, let us know what we can do and things of topics that are bothering you. And hey, maybe we'll do videos on them. Stuff that you're excited about, stuff that you'd like to see, family stuff. Hey, I'll mention anything on my channel, because it isn't just about us. It's about our friends. We have people on social media. It's about our family members, and I like to spread the good word to people and let them know, what's going on in everybody else's life. It's not just what's going on in me and my family's life. So I'll leave you with that, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when we have new content. Also, if you'd like to know more about us, we have several social media pages: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you would like to hire us for any network consulting or IT needs, please head over to amoritSolutions.com, fill out our contact form, and let us know what we can do to help you out. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for all your support, and we hope to see you in the next video.